How's it going, guys? Dan and Mike here, coming to you as always from the Digital Warfare 24/7 forums, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my 5,000th post, which I am going to be doing in the form of Facetime Friday episode 50, and which is also going to be representing 5 years of me being on these very excellent forums. So we have all kinds of milestones here, we have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of people to mention, so let's get down to it. You guys are going to have to excuse me if I'm looking down from time to time. I have a list of notes here that I have that I want to sort of go through, some talking points. First of all, talking a little bit about who I am and my time here on the forums. I came to the forums back in 2009 looking for a forum where I could discuss Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 a little bit more in depth. So talking more about the weapons. There were some very excellent weapon pages on the forums at the time, and that really drew me in. I got to meet a couple of really good people on the forums, and that just sort of kicked things off for me. And from there, I've served on the staff a couple times, and then last year I was approached by Steve, Rick, and a couple of others to see if I wanted to be on the owners group. And so I am a 1/5 owner of Digital Warfare. I'm the youngest member of the owners board, and I like to think that I still manage to make my contributions even though I'm not terribly well versed when it comes to web design or graphic design, stuff like that. But moving on from there, the theme that I want to talk about and that I want to stress in this video is that now is an absolutely incredible time to be getting involved with this forum. We are standing on the edge of greatness right now with all of the new things that we are going to be releasing. The relaunch of the forum, of the Reskin forum, is going to include lots of really neat features. It's going to make this much more of a full version site, and I think it's going to attract a lot of new people, a lot of attention, and we're really going to take this forum places. So let's move into the shoutouts here real quick. Like I was mentioning earlier, I definitely want to talk to how awesome my fellow owners have been. They're going to be Steve, Rick, Jeff, and Guile, and then you can also throw Scott in there. Scott is the guy that we've hired to do all of our IT stuff, sort of behind the scenes. He's been the one who's been working with the wireframes that we've given him, and he's going to be the one that's helping us roll out a lot of these changes. Out of these guys I just mentioned, I really want to stress something real quick, that Steve and Rick have just been the guys that have been pioneering this whole effort, and they have shouldered just an unimaginable proportion, the vast brunt of the work that has been necessary to get this site moving in the right direction. They've been doing a ton of work with keeping up our social connections on the Twitter feed. They've been working really hard to get the wireframes and the concepts for the new site launch put together. So I cannot say enough about the effort that these guys have put in. Although we might have all contributed equally as far as monetary contributions went, these guys have gone absolutely above and beyond, and they are really what makes the heart of Digital Warfare 24/7 tick right now. So hats off to you guys. I also don't want to rule out, though, the contributions of Jeff and Guile. Jeff has been doing just a great job on the moderator staff, keeping things held down there. And then Guile, he's been contributing in a bunch of different little areas, but he also has another really cool side project going on that I don't think I'm supposed to tell you guys about, but sufficient to say it's pretty awesome, and I think you guys are going to get a lot out of it once he goes public with that. So moving on, let's talk about my brother Andrew, who's going to get top billing out of the members of the site. My brother Andrew and I have been through a lot lately, and he's always stuck by me, and he's a great gaming partner to have. So can't say enough about you, brah. It's really awesome having you as my little brother. After that, I'd like to give a shout out to Tommy and Kayla. That's going to be Dictionary and Schwoople on our forums. These are probably some of the best friends I have on the forums. I play all sorts of different games with them on Xbox. We can be really upfront with each other about what we have going on in our lives and stuff like that. And I know we're both going through a difficult time in certain areas, but we've really been there to help each other, and I really appreciate your guys' friendship. Going down from there, probably the best new friend that I've made in recent times has been Wickerman. Wickerman has pretty much doubled the player base that we have on Xbox One, which is absolutely fantastic. This guy is exactly the kind of member that we want to be attracting to the site right now. He has lots of friends, lots of connections, loves playing a bunch of different games, super friendly, super good player, and I'm just really happy that he's a part of the forums now. Moving on from there, I'd like to mention Mr. High Fives for God. And High Fives and I feel really badly about this still. I absolutely blew up at High Fives when we were playing Ghosts last year. I still feel badly about it. Like, it was really bad. And despite how I embarrassed myself in that moment, High Fives was the bigger man, and when I apologized, he accepted my apology, and we've been able to move on with our friendship from there. So thanks so much, High Fives. And also, it was really nice getting to be at UMG Philly with you and Luther Jackson. Luther Jackson being the next guy that's on my list of shoutouts. He was kind enough to let me stay at his place when we were there for UMG Philly last year, and it was a really good time. So thanks for that. Also a great person to play with. Moving on from there, let's talk about YT Rabbit, who always provides a nice sort of down-to-earth perspective when we're playing games. He's sort of the more chill, laid-back player that helps us all keep a level head when we're playing. From there, Dunpizzle is a guy that we haven't played with a whole lot lately, but he was a really big part of our Black Ops 2 crew and early on in Ghost when a bunch of us were still playing it. I'm really hoping that we can move ahead and get him a little bit more involved once Advanced Warfare rolls around, because there are going to be a lot of great games coming out, and I think that he's going to once again become a pretty solid member of our crew. I'd also like to talk about Evil Chameleon, who was a little bit of a thorn in my side back in the day, but nowadays he's actually one of the most intentional members that we have when it comes to putting together parties of Xbox players. He's always really excited for frontline events, stuff like that. So thank you, EC, for your passion and for your dedication and for being a part of our Xbox One team. Moving on from there, I'd like to talk about all the rest of the staff members that we have supporting things here at Digital Warfare 24/7. James, Psychotic Dusk, Midnight, among others. You guys have been doing just a really great job as well supporting the owners group and supporting all of the members in the forums. And now finally, guys, there are a couple other members that we need to recognize today that deserve special mention, I believe. So let us take a moment of silence to recognize Hardline Pro and Zealot. Well, now that that's over, let's move on and talk a little bit about my role moving forward in the site. So like I was saying earlier, I don't feel like I can make that many contributions on the forums in terms of graphical design or site layout, stuff like that. Excuse me. So I've been finding other ways to contribute for a while now. And if I may say so, I think the biggest contribution I've made to the forums is being able to keep together a really cohesive, friendly group of players on Xbox One and Xbox 360 back in the day. I try to be really intentional about getting groups of players together, building parties, starting events, and that's something that I'm going to really enjoy continuing. We have a lot of really great games that are going to be coming out on Xbox One in the future. Going to be, for instance, Advanced Warfare, we have Destiny, we have a remastered Halo 2 that I'm sure a lot of us are going to be really excited to play. So again, for people that haven't been a regular member or maybe are thinking about joining the forums, this is a fantastic opportunity right now. I'm the guy that usually puts together parties. You can add me on Xbox Live. It's Xbox Live ID Danomite, spelled with a 1. I'll put it up on the video. But all of us are just really happy to invite new members into our group, so we can't wait to see you guys online. Moving on from there, as we start to implement more features in the forums, losing my voice, excuse me, I'm going to be taking on more of the grunt work when it comes to giving out awards, so I feel like that'll be a good way that I can start to contribute more on a regular basis. Apart from just, you know, providing insight on designs and moderator decisions and staff decisions and stuff like that. So I'll be running the new award system once that comes out and continuing to manage our Xbox community. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for making this place such an amazing forum for us to be able to come together and talk about our shared interests in gaming. I wish you guys all the best, and hopefully I'll be coming back to you guys in another 5 years with my 10,000 post video. Take care, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good cause everything's awesome. Lost my job, it's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom, everything is awesome. Stepped in mud, got new